Are just one form of gender-neutral parenting. The goal is to allow children to embrace the gender that feels most natural to them, despite biological markers.
Team 12's Liz Crawford takes a closer look. It seems kind of ridiculous to me. I mean, you know, the parents have a choice, but this seems way out there. I don't know.
Look, I think, genitals aside, you can, you know, say you're a boy,
right,
but we love you, and if you feel like a girl sometime down the road, we'll love you for that.
That's how I feel too.
But you are setting this child up, regardless of its gender, with a name like Sparrow, who is, I mean, I think at some point the parents' beliefs, you have to have some compassion and some understanding what you are putting your child through by doing this.
And I almost feel like the parents are making a choice by going with the Thaby label. Shouldn't, if ultimately you want it to be their choice, shouldn't they be the one that are making that decision ultimately?
If mom wants to call herself Sparrow, let her call herself Sparrow.
Exactly.
The child does not know anything, and it's just.
By the way, I named my first son Alligator, and it didn't work out.
Hey, you know, Alligator.
Now you know.
He's got great shoes that he wears all the time.
It's so confusing, and not to mention, it's almost like growing up with an identity crisis.
Yes.
Because I mean, and then the older sister saying that I have a sibling.
What kid? I mean, listen, again, love, I think love and compassion conquers all.
Right.
But now you're making it just too difficult and too confusing for the child.
And to me, the term "babies," gosh, it just does not sound nice
and then gender unknown.
It's
it's sort of offensive.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I know some of you will let us know that we're way off base, but
Go ahead.
You know.
For once, we agree on, right? We all agree. Okay.
All right.
Texas, I hate text.
First at 4, talking about outrage on social media. There's a trending post called the 72-Hour Challenge. The post claims that
Challenge. So in a day and age where the In My Feelings and the whole Bird Box crazy challenge exist, right? What do you guys think of this? Is this another unbelievable? Seriously,
you know,
people do this?
I'm so tired, and this is just another example of a negative side to social media.
Right.
I mean,
attention starved.
Attention starved. You want to be a social media star. You know, you want to be an influencer. And all of that is fine as long as you are old enough to make wise decisions. But when you are coerced into disappearing and driving your parents crazy and worrying them to death, or sucking a condom up your nose so you can post it on social media and get 10,000 likes, there's a real problem.
I know. It reminds me of, remember when the kids were setting themselves on fire a few years ago?
Yeah,
and
I do.
Or
cool. Branding themselves.
Yes.
And to me, these social media platforms have a responsibility to police themselves so that this stuff doesn't perpetuate itself.
Right.
I think you're absolutely right in that regard.
Putting your life in danger.
Yes.
Yeah, they have to really be the gatekeepers, but you know, the likes perpetuate and all these algorithms that they have, and once it gets into that social media stream, it just takes off. So, all right, well, this story is just in time for
Oh, poor Abby.
Well, here's the states, folks, you can move to if you want to, you know, engage in some of these Sue Happy things. North Carolina, Mississippi, South Dakota, New Mexico, Utah, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, all still observe these kind of laws as long as you can prove the interfering of a third party drove a wedge in the relationship, and you may be entitled to a cash settlement.
All right, so look, do you have some thoughts on this? You probably do. Should Arizona have an alienation of affection law in place? You can shoot us a text at 602-444-1212 and let us know why you're for or against the idea. We'll read some of your text messages coming up a little bit later in the show. Here's the thing. It's one thing to sue someone for alienate, but proving it is another. Because, you know, how do you prove that, well, my husband is leaving me for another woman? Well, maybe the marriage was in trouble before that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, maybe there's a reason that he had a wandering eye or she had a wandering eye.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I've been told.
And plus, when in doubt,
like you anyway.
Those meddling meddling in-laws. Oh, darn them.
I swear I'm kidding.
Had a few of those.
Oh, gosh. You'll be sleeping on.
I know.
The doghouse. Okay, well, Ford is, speaking of sleeping, Ford is using its driver assist technology to keep bed hogs on their side. The automaker is designing a... Yes, you guys. Are you a bed hog?
Oh, my wife's the bed. Like I'm the guy that always winds up like on the corner of the bed
Got,
without
like, a
any
fifth of the
blanket.
bed?
Yes, and I'm like, I'm freezing.
But here's the thing.
And she's all spread out.
You want to talk about alienation of affection? Put a conveyor belt in your bed to move you away from your spouse.
I feel like Tram would be a bed hog.
You know
I
what?
don't know why.
No. Okay, this is horrible. When I was pregnant, because, I was a house, I needed pillows all around me.
Really?
To sleep and be comfortable. Because
So why do you still use them now?
I still use them.
Wow.
I still use them. So therefore, that's a whole different story. No, I'm kidding. So therefore,
I'm sticking to it.
I still hug my pillows
that's-
on both sides. I never gave it up. Therefore, I'm in my lane.
So you're in your
Okay.
lane and no one can violate that?
But I will tell you,
As
my
long as you
twins
don't
are
ever
better.
hear Steven say, those aren't pillows.
Oh my gosh. We need to move on.
Moving on.
In case you missed it, Michelle Obama was in town yesterday and talked candidly during her book tour last night at Comerica Theater.
Yeah, particularly how.
So there you go. So it just goes to show you, no matter how famous you are, Mom, never that impressed.
And we'll always keep you in
yeah,
line.
keep
Always.
check.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Still ahead on First at 4.
Time now to look at today's afternoon juice, and folks, we're going to do it live. Up first, This Is Us fans may want to take a seat for this.
Dog right there.
Oh,
Wow.
look at the mouth on that.
Congratulations. Well, in case you missed it, J-Lo made a special announcement today on Ellen.
Wow, the best news of all is that limited engagement tour kicks off
What?
right here in Phoenix.
We got to check it out. And the fact she's going to
Wow.
be 50, I mean, she looks amazing.
She looks better than a ton of 18-year-olds.
Yeah,
My
she
gosh.
sure does. Okay, well, it's time for our, what do you think it is? Just
They smell.
plain dislike.
Body odor.
sometimes-
They talk too much.
I would think that, sometimes you're so busy, especially in the news business. I'm not saying there's people I avoid here, but there have been people that I avoid at other stations.
Yeah.
Because they're going to lock you up.
Yeah, talk your ear off.
Oh, yeah. And you're like,
Okay.
I got a package I got to finish. man.
You're in the zone. Okay, we're going to have the answer for you coming up in our next half hour.
Plus 12 News, everything Arizona. I think
That
Crystal
was
wants to be a
amazing.
part of the show.
I think she should be his second assistant.
Yeah, how amazing was that?
Wow.
That levitation?
Yes.
I could see you doing that. You wanna give it a shot?
No, I'd be falling on the floor.
All right. Okay, let's take a look at what's coming up at 4:30. Moving.
Yeah, and that's hard.
There you go. Keep
That's some
moving.
brutal weather.
That's
Yeah.
a hard workout.
I tell you what,